Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Dear venerable monastics, devout lay Buddhists and kind-hearted viewers, welcome to our weekly English Buddhist news brought to you by the Information and Communication Board of Karma Buddhism. May the light of the Triple Gems guide you with peace, compassion, and clarity. This week's bulletin brings inspiring highlights from Dharma activities and compassionate projects across the province. Groundbreaking ceremony for the 39th Thanku shelter in Long Commune. Dharma Talks on mental organizations and inner simplification at Yak Ving Summer Camp. 4 Buddhist summer camp opens at Yak Ving Pagoda. Life skill talk and Dharma guidance at youth camp. Compassion House handed over in Vĩnh Thạnh Commune. 6 compassion houses launched in Lang Trong Ward. Summer camp concludes with joy and gratitude. Graduation examination for intermediate Buddhist studies class 6. Provincial leaders congratulate unified Buddhist executive council. 300 gift packages distributed on our Lokiteshvara Bodhisattva Day. On July 4th, Venerable Thích, abbot of Long Phước Pagoda, led the groundbreaking ceremony for the 39th Anku Shelter House for Mr. Dương Bình Khai's family in Long Dinh Commune, facing hardships and illness. The family received 60 million Vietnam Dong in support. The ceremony reflected not only material aid but also spiritual encouragement from the Sangha.
On the morning of July 4, 2025, Venerable Thích, abbot of Long Phước Pagoda, Vĩnh Trạch Ward, representing the Kamau Buddhist Sangha, formerly Bạc Liêu, presided over the groundbreaking ceremony for the 39th Anku Shelter House. The event was held in collaboration with local authorities and took place at the home of Mr. Dương Bình Khai, born 1963, in Công Điền Hamlet, Long Điền Commune. During the ceremony, Venerable Thích presented 60 million Vietnamese đồng to support the construction of the new house, measuring 4.9 meters by 10 meters. In attendance were Mr. Yan Ril, Deputy Chief of the Office of the People's Council and People's Committee of the Commune, and Mr. Nguyễn Cao Cường, Hamlet Chief. Mr. Kai's household includes his wife, Mrs. Phạm Thị Em, born in 1967, who has been battling diabetes and spinal degeneration for over 6 years and is unable to undergo surgery. The family's old wooden home, 5 meter by 10 meter, is severely deteriorated, and they rely on Mr. Kai's irregular income from manual labor for daily living. Speaking on behalf of the local government, Mr. Yan Ril expressed sincere gratitude to the Karma Buddha Sangha for their ongoing support of vulnerable households. Venerable Thích conveyed his hope that the new house would not only provide safe shelter but also offer spiritual encouragement to the family as they strive to overcome life's difficulties.
As part of the Buddhist summer camp titled Last Rays of Sunshine in the South, Venerable Thích delivered a Dharma talk on July 4th at Yak Ving Pagoda. The talk introduced practical methods for self-reflection, emotional regulation, and mindful living, helping youth reconnect with themselves and cultivate inner peace.
On the morning of July 4, 2025, a large number of young participants gathered at Yak Ving Pagoda, Lang Trong Ward, for a 3-day retreat filled with meaningful activities. On the first day, they learned about traffic safety, sight recognition, and proper behavior in emergencies. They also listened to the Dharma talk titled Methods for Mental Organization and Inner Simplification, delivered by Venerable Thích, lecturer at the Intermediate Schools of Buddhist Study in Bạc Liêu. The talk introduced 7 methods: self-worth affirmation, future orientation, cultivating good habits, emotional regulation, learning to say no, living in the present moment, and choosing friends wisely. These methods aimed to help the youth reconnect with themselves, let go of anxiety, and nurture compassion in daily life. In addition to Dharma sessions, the program included cultural performances and a candlelight gratitude ceremony for parents. Each candlelit symbolized deep gratitude, expressing the filial piety of young Buddhists.
On July 5th, over 300 young participants joined the opening of the 4 Buddhist summer camp hosted by Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Chúc Như at Giác Viên Pagoda. Divided into 10 thematic themes, the young engage in spiritual learning, discipline, and teamwork. The event featured the Dharma encouragement and the joyful ballroom release ritual to pray for world peace.
On the morning of July 5th, 2025, Giác Viên Pagoda, Lang Trọng War solemnly hosted the opening ceremony of the 4th annual Buddhist summer camp titled Last Ray of Sunshine in the South. The event, organized by Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Chúc Như, a board of the pagoda, welcomed over 300 youth participants returning from spiritual training. Distinguished attendees include Venerable Thích Phước Châu, former head of Provincial Lay Guidance Committee, Venerable Thích Đạt Ma Khả Kiến, Deputy Head of the Dharma Propagation Department, VBS Cà Mau, and Venerable Thích Khải Thanh, member of the Dharma Propagation Department, VBS Đồng Nai, alongside members of the organized committee. In her opening remarks, Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Chúc Như expressed great joy in continuing the summer camp tradition, highlighting its role in providing a wholesome environment for you to cultivate ethics, life skills, and the seeds of Bodhi under the guidance of the Dharma. The 3 days camp, July 4 to 6, 2025, was organized into 10 subcamps, each named after iconic southern symbols such as Đồng Kim Melody, Bạc Liêu Salt, Windy Hòn Khoai, and Salty Khai Long Si. The program balanced spiritual practice, teamwork, and recreation to promote holistic development. In his Dharma address, Venerable Thích Phước Châu commended the organizer for their efforts and underscored the importance of such retreats in the digital age, where social media often distract youth from moral values. He encouraged the campers to become wise lotus buds who will one day spread the Dharma. Ceremony concluded with a balloon release symbolizing prayers for national peace and the welfare of all sentient beings, marking a joyful start to a meaningful summer.
On the same day, Venerable Thích Ngộ Trí Dũng conducted a life skill section for campers, sharing tools for effective communication, ethical reasoning, and technology mindfulness. In the afternoon, Venerable Thích Khải Thanh offered a Dharma talk on choosing virtue over unwholesome behavior, reminding all that every action can benefit oneself and others.
On the morning of July 5th, 2025, within the framework of the Buddhist summer camp, Last Rays of Sunshine in the South, at Giác Viên Pagoda, Venerable Thích Ngộ Trí Dũng, Central Dharma Propagation Committee member, led a dynamic life skills talk show for over 300 campers. He shared key skills such as emotional management, loving communication, public speaking, realistic thinking, active listening, logical reasoning, and responsible use of technology, helping the youth grow in virtue and live more positively. In the afternoon, Venerable Thích Khải Thanh from Đồng Nai gave a Dharma talk on the meaning of living virtuously versus living unwholesomely. He emphasized that choosing a virtuous life is the right beginning, while an unwholesome path should be ended as soon as possible. Every thought, word, and action should bring benefits to oneself and others. The day concluded with joyful activities, including group games, bonding sessions, and a heartwarming bonfire night, illuminating the camp with love, wisdom, and shared spiritual growth.
On July 5th, Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Diệu Trang, in collaboration with Vĩnh Thạnh Commune authorities, handed over the compassion house to Mr. Phạm Khánh Em family. With support from donor and the Sangha, the house brings stability to the household struggling with poverty and interrupted education.
On the afternoon of July 5th, 2025, Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Diệu Trang, a board of Vĩnh Quế Pagoda, Lang Trọng War, in collaboration with local authorities, officially handed over a compassion house to a family of Mr. Phạm Khánh Em in Tường Thăng Anh Hamlet, Vĩnh Thanh Commune. The ceremony was attended by Venerable Thích Nhật An and representatives from local government. Mr. M's family of 5 faces significant hardships. 2 of their children, who are of school age, were forced to drop out due to financial difficulties. The new house, measured 4.5 meters by 14 meters, was constructed at a cost of 140 million Vietnamese đồng. with 50 million Vietnamese đồng raised through contribution from Sangha members and lay supporters. During the handover, the family expressed heartfelt gratitude. Bhikkhuni Yu Trang thanked the local authorities for their cooperation and expressed her hope that the new home would provide both physical shelter and spiritual support, helping the family overcome the challenges.
On July 6th, a groundbreaking ceremony was held for 6 new compassion houses in Lang Trong War, led by Venerable Thích Đồng Tâm, Bhikkhuni Diệu Trang, and Venerable Nhật Ân, sponsored by the Lang Ta Charity Fund and dedicated volunteers. The aim for support 6 poor families with post-settled and spiritual care.
On the morning of July 6, 2025, Venerable Thích Đồng Tâm, member of the Cà Mau Provincial Executive Council, together with Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Diệu Trang, abbot of Vĩnh Quế Pagoda, and Venerable Thích Nhật An, held a groundbreaking ceremony for 6 compassion houses for underprivileged households in Lang Trong Ward, Cà Mau City. Present at the event were Ms. Nguyễn Thanh Lam, Vice Chair of the Ward People's Committee, and Elder Cole Lê Thanh Nhàn, Deputy Chief of Ward Police, along with local leaders and beneficiary families. The supported households included Mr. Lê Văn Khang and Mrs. Lê Thị Thới, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Khôi, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hậu, Mr. Lương Quốc Lương, Ms. Nguyễn Ngọc Biên, and Ms. Lý Thị Của, all in severely difficult housing conditions. Each family received 50 million Vietnamese dong in support, totaling 300 million Vietnamese dong, generously sponsored by Thầy Hoàng Quý Sơn and Lang Ta Charity Fund through the efforts of Bhikkhuni Diệu Trang and Venerable Nhật An. These new homes symbolize both physical shelter and spiritual encouragement for the families to move forward with strength and hope.
Also on July 6, the 2025 summer camp concluded with a solemn yet joyful closing ceremony. Bhikkhuni Chúc Như praised the young participants for their dedication and expressed deep thanks to all supporters. Awards were presented to honor outstanding contribution and share achievement in Dharma practice and communal spirit.
On the morning of July 6, 2025, Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Chúc Như, abbot of Giác Viên Pagoda, Lang Trong War, solemnly hosted the closing ceremony of the 2025 Buddhist Summer Camp titled Last Ray of Sunshine in the South. The 3-day camp, held from July 4 to 6, featured a diverse range of activities, including Dharma Talks, life skill workshops, large-scale games, talent show, a lantern-lit gratitude night, and a traditional village fair. Over 300 enthusiastic campers took part in the program. In her closing remarks, Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Chúc Như praised the campers for their diligence and dedication to practice throughout the camp. She also expressed heartfelt gratitude to the Sangha, lay supporters, and volunteers whose efforts contributed to the event's success. The organizing committee recognized outstanding individuals and groups by presenting awards for their active participation.
On July 7th, the Intermediate School of Buddhist Study in Vĩnh Trạch World held its graduation examination for the 6th cohort. 49 monastic students were evaluated in Buddhist scripture and doctrinal knowledge, affirming their commitment to academic integrity and the path of wisdom and liberation.
On the morning of July 7, 2025, the Intermediate School of Buddhist Studies in Bạc Liêu, Vĩnh Trạch Ward, organized the graduation examinations for the 6th cohort 2022-2025. The course comprised 49 monastic students, including 26 monks and 23 nuns. The examinations was conducted in a disciplined manner, adhering to academic standards with a focus on the 3 baskets of Buddhist teachings, Sutra, Vinaya, and Abhidhamma. To ensure quality education, the school had invited experienced Dharma teachers to provide strong foundations in Buddhist knowledge, supporting the monastic on their future path of study, practice, and Dharma propagation.
On July 8, Provincial leader visited headquarters of the newly merged Cà Mau Buddhist Sangha at Phật Pagoda. Secretary Nguyễn Hồ Hải congratulated the successful unification and encouraged the Sangha to continue its mission of Dharma propagation, cultural preservation, and national unity. Most Venerable Thạch Hạ expressed deep appreciation and reaffirmed the Sangha's commitment to harmonious and beneficial service.
On June 30th, 2025, the Buddhist Sangha of Bạc Liêu, Cà Mau and neighboring provinces officially merged, marking a significant milestone in development of Vietnamese Buddhism. Following this unification, the newly established Cà Mau Sangha convened its first standing committee meeting and appointed leaders for 12 affiliated departments. On July 8, 2025, a delegation from the Cà Mau Provincial Party Committee and People's Committee visited the Executive Council of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha VBS Cà Mau Province to extend their congratulations. The delegation was held by Mr. Nguyễn Hồ Hải, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, and included Mr. Phạm Thanh Ngãi, Deputy Secretary and Chairman of the People's Committee, Ms. Nguyễn Thu Tự, Director of the Department of Ethics and Religious Affairs, along with other provincial leaders. The visit took place at the headquarters of the Executive Council, Sắc Tứ Quan Âm Cổ Tự Monastery, Phật Tổ Pagoda, An Xuyên Ward. Mr. Nguyễn Hồ Hải praised the successful establishment of the unified provincial Sangha, calling it a vital step forward for Buddhist development and a meaningful contribution to the strength of national Sangha. He expressed hope that the Council would continue to uphold the tradition of protecting the nation and benefiting the people, promote engaged Buddhism, propagate the Dharma, preserve cultural heritage, and foster national unity.
On July 9th, Quang Am Monastery distributed 300 charity packages in honor of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva Commemoration Day, led by Most Venerable Thích. The event reflected the Bodhisattva's great compassion, bringing comfort and blessing to disadvantaged households with offering of rice, noodles, and financial support.
On the morning of July 9th, 2025, in honor of the sacred commemoration day of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, the management board of Quang Am Monastery, located in Hiệp Thành Ward, organized a charitable event offering 300 gift packages to the underprivileged residents in the local community. Most Venerable Thích, standing vice chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, VBS, Executive Council of Cà Mau Province, and head of the Quang Am Monastery Management Board, graciously attended and personally presented the gifts. Also in attendance were Mr. Phan Minh Kha, Vice Chairman of the People's Council of Hiệp Thành Ward, and Mr. Kim Min, former Standing Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of the former Bạc Liêu Province. The total value of the charity program amounted to 120 million Vietnamese dong. Its gift package included rice, instant noodles, and cash assistance. Notably, the 300 boxes of instant noodles were generously donated through the efforts of Venerable Thích, member of the VBS Executive Council in Ho Chi Minh City, with support mobilized from Ms. Sáu Văn, representative of the Benin Ward, Charity Opera Clinic, Vĩnh Long. The rice and monetary support were contributed by the VBS Executive Council of Cà Mau Province, formerly Bạc Liêu. This meaningful act of compassion is held annually on the commemoration days of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, the 19th day of the 2nd, 6th, and 9th of lunar months, marking the Bodhisattva birth, enlightenment, and renunciation. The event reflects the spirit of loving kindness and the great vow to relieve suffering, bringing warmth to those in need, and nurturing the humanitarian values of Buddhism within the community.
This event exemplified the compassionate mission of Buddhism in Cà Mau, uplifting lives, nurturing wisdom, and preserving the Dharma for generations to come. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, may the Triple Gem bless you with well-being, spiritual growth, and peace on your path. See you in our next broadcast. Namo Buddhaya.